Top five, top five, top five.
Since I'll go back with another video, I'm Strange Wayne, he is Nate. Today we're doing top 5 Dreamworks movies because The Croods are coming out. The Croods 2, to be specific. And he's going to tell you how top 5s work.
So he'll start with his 3 and 4, 5 and 4. I'll do my 5 and 4, 3, 2, 3, 2. We'll trade off number ones. We also have something called the Zemeckis rule, which just means that if we both have the same movie on our list, but someone has it 2 spots or higher, they'll call out Zemeckis, and we'll save the conversation for when we get to it on their list.
My number 5 is going to be Captain Underpants.
Ugh.
No, hold on. It was a well-made movie and everything, but there's a little too much potty humor in it. But for me, I don't know if you had these books when you were growing up.
I did.
But for me, I liked them as a child, and it brought back more memories than getting a text message from your ex at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oof.
But those memories I actually enjoyed. So I had a good time with the film because of that. Because one word, and it's called nostalgia. My number 4 is going to be Shark Tales. I like this movie.
God. Ugh.
It's my kind of humor. I thought it was funny. You got the car wash people. That's funny to me. There's a lot of funny stuff in this movie. And it's like making it to the top and like greed and gold diggers and all. Like this movie hits subject matter you're not going to see in any other animated movie. And I appreciate that.
Sure. I can't say too much because as much as I enjoy my number 5, I hate what it has become. And I hate toilet humor 100%. I really just don't care for it at all. And this movie is full of it. But number 5 is going to be Shrek.
It's Zemeckis.
Ugh. All right, so my number 4 is going to be Chicken Run. This movie is just super fun. And I've always just really loved stop motion animation. And it'll never be something that I dabble into personally, but like the process behind it is just so impressive because of the amount of patience that you have to do it. So that alone just gives it points in my book, but like it's British and it's funny and it's about a bunch of chickens trying to not get killed. And all the humor just super lands for me because it's like, it's very witty. It's like an incredibly witty film for like an animated DreamWorks movie. So number 4.
My number 3 was the Zemeckis from earlier. It is Shrek. And, I mean, when you think of DreamWorks, this is like the first movie that comes to mind, for sure. I remember this movie came out, and I remember how crazy everyone was about it. And it's like what The Lion King is to Disney movies, Shrek is for DreamWorks, you know.
It's debatable!
Minus movies with dragons in it. Name the first thing you think of when you think of Shrek. I mean, DreamWorks.
Well, it's on my list, so
Shrek.
It's not, but okay.
I mean, I agree. This movie would have become stupid. Shrek is love, Shrek is life.
He's neither of those things.
What is wrong with you people? But that's my number 3.
You know who we're talking to.
My number 2. Let's clarify something.
Mm-hmm.
Cinematopical is your YouTube channel and my YouTube channel.
Right.
So with that being said, I do what I want to. So my number 2 is a cheat. It's How You Train Your Dragon 2 and 3.
That's fair.
I don't care. I didn't watch those 2, so
2 for my number 2, and I don't want to say too much because you'll see the first one on my list later. Obviously, spoiler alert. But the first one just kind of This is a no. It nails it in. It's sturdy. But these 2, they just secure your feelings about the movie and the investment and depth. So they're not as. I'm trying to. They definitely submitted. I don't know how to talk about this.
2,000 years later.
Okay. 2 and 3, they really made me love and appreciate the character, and I'm glad to see where the character arc went. So that's why they're on my list. They're great movies.
Nice. So my number 3 is Road to El Dorado. Did you forget one?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's a good movie.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
I really liked that movie as a child.
Yeah, I love a lot of movies with a lot of different themes, but there are some themes that I'm always going to love movies that are about these things. And one is parenthood, and another one, and I mentioned that because it'll come up later. But this one, like, it's a friendship movie. Like, you know, it's just like a buddy adventure. And like these 2 dudes are just slick as shit. They're full of it also. And
I don't know about that.
they are though, but I love every second of it. Like
Like, kind of remind you of you and I.
yeah, well, and like yeah, they do. But I saw that movie way before I ever met you, and I was already like, I really hope I have a friendship like this where I am as mean to the person as much as I love them.
Say that again.
But like, yeah, their quips and like
You're an asshole.
how they find ways to get out of stuff together is really cool. The setting's really neat, and I really like that movie.
Before you talk about anything else,
Mm-hmm.
you forgot to mention my favorite part of the movie, the
Which is?
sport.
Oh,
I wanted to play that sport so bad as a child.
Everyone wanted to play
that
that
shit
sport,
was fire.
which is funny because we would all be terrible at it, just
Yeah, for
so
sure.
awful.
kicking animals around.
Yeah,
Can't do it nowadays.
no, you can't.
I
But
just love kicking animals.
number 2 is going to be Prince of Egypt. You ever seen Prince of Egypt?
Yeah, that was like 3 Sunday schools in a row
Well,
to like watch the movie.
yeah. So like,
I don't remember it too well.
yeah, I get it, and I think it's like it's unfortunate that the biblical aspect of it turns people off from it because, and maybe that doesn't apply to anyone watching this video, but I know people that feel that way about it, and that's really sad because even on just terms of like story and like animation and everything, it is an incredibly well made animation, but it's also like it's not your stereotypical animation. It is it's a drama, like it's a drama. It really is, and it even has epic elements to it. So, you know, like it has its little moments of humor, but they're not like any other movie on this list where it's like overt and super intentional. It's like we made a cartoon about a very serious thing, but it's still a cartoon, so we have to add like these tiny moments of levity to it. So I've always really appreciated that about it because there aren't a lot of like we have a lot more now. I think that's fair to say. But outside of anime and then like a select few other animated features, there's very few like animated movies that have this tone, and it worked. And like people still talk about this movie, so big fan. And the animation is like incredible for when it was made.
I don't remember the movie too, but that's a solid choice. They definitely put money into it. Val Kilmer, that's when he was Val Kilmer. My number 1, I'm assuming it's your number 1, How to Train Your Dragon. Now, I like it for different reasons than he does. To me, I think it's that movie came out like 2009, 10, close. Like that movie has a timeless lesson in it, and you shouldn't hate what you don't understand. That's with something as small as food to color of another person's skin, and I think everyone can learn something from this movie. And it's so simple. I know a lot of people like it because like, oh, it's like a dog. It's like it's deeper than that.
Yeah,
So
very much so.
I like it for a bunch of other reasons besides that, because instead of using bronze, he uses brains to become the best dragon killer, and he doesn't even want to kill dragons. You know, he wins the competition just by like learning.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of lessons you get from this movie, and I appreciate those lessons. And it's gonna be hopefully not forever timely, but unfortunately, I think it's gonna be forever timely because people just hate what they don't understand. And this movie, it goes around that.
Yeah.
But you said something about fatherhood, so I'll let you
Yeah.
talk about
Well,
that.
we don't like it for different reasons because I like it for all of those reasons as well.
I'm not just like that doesn't relate to me.
And yeah, well, all right. So like the one thing that I really like about it is like the father-son aspect of it, but that really is like just kind of a footnote in like the overarching point of the story, which is what you were talking about in this whole like, you know, challenging ignorance, even if you are the only one around that recognizes it. And that takes an incredible amount of guts, especially to go up against your whole family. But I think one of the things that I love about it is that Hiccup is just so chill about it. Like, as soon as they're like, okay, you won, you have to kill the dragon, there's no, like, major internal struggle about abandoning his tribe. It's just like, well, I gotta go. Like, and that is not something that was normal in storytelling, especially in film by any means. They would have probably spent 10 minutes where this character has to have some sort of, like, realization moment that the right thing to do is to not kill the dragons when he realizes, like, how sentient they really are and things like that. So I thought that was really interesting, and I love that part of it. I do also really love like the dad stuff in terms of like and family in general. That idea of just, you know, I guess it's not even necessarily specific to family. It's just this idea of expectation And when it comes from family, and when like you are a son with a father, then like that is also a whole nother different. It's the same thing as Into the Spider-Verse, like Miles and his dad.
Yeah.
So like just that whole having to reconcile this fact that not only are you not what your dad wants you to be, but like what your dad wants you to be is fundamentally opposed to who you feel like you are as a person. And getting to watch like him confront that and take that on is super interesting, and the animation is also extremely good as well.
Yeah. I mean, you haven't seen the other two, but you have access to them. What I love about these movies, and since they're all three been talked about, go ahead and hit my overarching point. They build so nicely with each other and so consistently that the overarching story at the end of them is just like they did that shit really fucking well. I probably shouldn't have cussed. This is about cartoon children's movies, but
It'd be okay.
I was very invested by the end of it, and because I've seen the growth and the foundation from the first one and how it built off of that. Like, let's say movies, for instance, like Field of Dreams, you know? Like, once he plays catch with his father, you know, it's not over. Like, there's still a story. There's still a relationship that gets worked on.
Yeah.
And these films, they keep working on those relationships because the problems don't go away. And I love how in some animated and some like live action movies, they're just like, all right, that was a problem in the first movie. We're not going to even talk about that in the second one. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So these relationships, they grow every single movie. So that's why I like them. Because it's just like that little detail you don't get in everything.
Yeah.
But those are our top 5 DreamWorks movies. Were all of them great movies? No, but we liked them all. Tell us what you thought about them down in the comment section below. What's your number one? Are you one of those weird Shrek people? Tell me down below as well, because
You don't have to. You can
no.
stay to yourself.
Well, you didn't pay attention to How to Train Your Dragon because I want to understand you. I want to like. Kidding.
Yeah, you shouldn't have said that either.
Edit that out.
Maybe.
All right. Scroll back up, hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe.